Right, here we are on lesson 134. Let me perceive forgiveness. Wait, I got her dog every day, and it's just. I gotta turn off that's Facebook going off. But anyway. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Reverend Lynn LaBorde here, bringing you Course in Miracles lesson number 134, which we're going to read, and then I will bring forth the beloved Mary Magdalene to hear her words of wisdom for us this morning. Taking a deep breath. Lesson 134. Let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Let us review the meaning of forgive, for it is apt to be distorted and to be perceived as something that entails an unfair sacrifice of righteous wrath, a gift unjustified and undeserved, and a complete denial of the truth. In such a view, forgiveness must be seen as mere eccentric folly, and this course appear to rest salvation on a whim. This twisted view of what forgiveness means is easily corrected. When you can accept the fact that pardon is not what is asked. When you can accept the fact that pardon is not asked for what is true, it must be limited to what is false. It is irrelevant to everything except illusions. Truth is God's creation, and to pardon that is meaningless. All truth belongs to Him, reflects His law, and radiates His love. Does this need pardon? Can you forgive the sinless and eternally benign? The major difficulty that you find in genuine forgiveness on your path is that you still believe you must forgive the truth and not illusions. You conceive of pardon as a vain attempt to look past what is there, to overlook the truth, in an unfounded effort to deceive yourself by making an illusion true. This twisted viewpoint but reflects the hold that the idea of sin retains, as yet, upon your mind as you regard yourself. Because you think your sins are real, you look on pardon as deception, for it is impossible to think of sin as true and not believe that forgiveness is a lie. Thus is forgiveness really but a sin, like all the rest. It says the true is false, and smiles on the corrupt as if they were blameless as the grass and as white as snow. It is delusional in what it thinks it can accomplish. It would see as right the plainly wrong, and the loathsome as the good. Pardon is no escape in such a view. It merely is a further sign that sin is unforgivable, at best to be concealed, denied, or called another name. For pardon is a treachery in truth. Guilt cannot be forgiven. If you sin, your guilt is everlasting. Those who are forgiven from their sins are pitifully mocked, and twice condemned. Those who are forgiven from the view their sins are real, are pitifully mocked and twice condemned. First by themselves for what they think they did, and again by those who pardon them. It is sin's unreality that makes forgiveness natural and wholly sane, a deep relief to those who offer it, a quiet blessing where it is received. It does not countenance illusions, but collects them lightly, with a little laugh, and gently lays them at the feet of truth. And there they disappear entirely. Forgiveness is the only thing that stands for truth in the illusions of the world. It sees their nothingness and looks straight through the thousand forms in which they may appear. It looks on lies, but it is not deceived. It does not heed the self-accusing shrieks of sinners mad with guilt. It looks on them with quiet eyes and merely says to them, "My brother, what you think is not the truth." The strength of pardon is its honesty, which is so uncorrupted that it sees illusions as illusions, not as truth. It is because of this that it becomes the undeceiver in the face of lies, the great restorer of the simple truth. By its ability to overlook what is not there, it opens up the way of truth, which has been blocked by dreams of guilt. Now you are free to follow in your way, your truth. Now you are free to follow in the way your true forgiveness opens you up. For if one brother has received this gift from you, the door is open to you. This is a very simple way to find the door to true forgiveness and perceive it open wide and welcome. When you feel that you are tempted to accuse someone of a sin in any form, do not allow your mind to dwell on what you think he did, for that is self-deception. Ask instead, would I accuse myself of doing this? Thus you will see alternatives for choices in terms that render choosing meaningful, and keep your mind as free of guilt and pain as God himself intended it to be, and as it is in truth. It is but lies that would condemn. In truth is innocence the only thing there is. Forgiveness stands between illusions and the truth, between the world you see and that which lies beyond, between the hell of guilt and heaven's gate. Across this bridge, as powerful as love which laid its blessing on it, are all dreams of evil and of hatred and attack brought silently to truth. They are not kept to swell and bluster and to terrify the foolish dreamer who believes in them. He has been gently awakened from his dream by understanding what he thought he saw was never there. And now he cannot feel that all escape has been denied to him. He does not have to fight to save himself. He does not have to kill the dragons which he thought pursued him, nor need he erect the heavy walls of stone and iron doors he thought would make him safe. He can remove the ponderous and useless armor made to chain his mind to fear and misery. His step is light. As he lifts his foot to stride ahead, a star is left behind to point the way to those who follow him. Forgiveness must be practiced, for the world cannot perceive its meaning, nor provide a guide to teach you its beneficence. There is no thought in all the world that leads to any understanding of the laws it follows, nor the thought that it reflects. It is as alien to the world as is your own reality. And yet it joins your mind with the reality in you. Today we practice true forgiveness, that the time of our joining be no more delayed, for we would meet with our reality in freedom and in peace. Our practicing becomes the footsteps lighting up the way for all our brothers who will follow us to the reality we share with them. That this may be accomplished, let us give a quarter of an hour twice today and spend it with the guide who understands the meaning of forgiveness and was sent to teach it to us. Let us ask him, let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Then choose one brother as he will direct and catalog his sins as one by one they cross the mind. Be certain not to dwell on any one of them, but realize that you are using his offenses, but to save the world from all ideas of sin. Briefly consider all the evil things you thought of him, and each time ask yourself, would I condemn myself for doing this? Let him be freed from all the thoughts you had of sin in him, and now you are prepared for freedom. If you have been practicing thus far in willingness and honesty, you will begin to sense a lifting up, a lightening of weight across your chest, a deep and certain feeling of relief. The time remaining should be given to experiencing the escape from all the heavy chains you sought to lay upon your brother, but were laid upon yourself. Forgiveness should be practiced throughout the day, for there will still be many times when you forget its meaning and attack yourself. When this occurs, allow your mind to see through the illusions as you tell yourself, let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Would I accuse myself of doing this? I will not lay this chain upon myself. In everything you do, remember this. No one is crucified alone, and yet no one can enter heaven by himself. I love this. Lesson 134. Let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Ooh. Okay, breakthrough Magdalene. Greetings, beloveds. The action of forgiving is a graciousness that is born within the heart. It is the willingness to love as God loves. It is the action that allows the correction within the mind, rather than viewing another as one who has sinned, one who has done wrong, one who has harmed, one who has hurt. It is seeing another through the eyes of love, the way that God sees you, the way that God sees all of us. It is seeing another as oneself. If the greatest commandment, beloveds, is to love your brother, your sister, all beings as yourself, to treat them as you would yourself, would they not too be worthy of being granted forgiveness? Forgiveness for the egregious sins that you believe that they have committed against you, against humanity, against the world. Beloved, the most precious relationship that you can forgive is the one in which you have chosen to forget that you are indeed an emanation of the divine. It is much easier, however, for you to see this in relationship to another. So choose a being within your existence whom you have crucified, whom you have identified as being a wrongdoer, one that you believe has harmed you, one that you believe has caused you pain. And reach within the depths of your heart and allow yourself to see him or her with eyes anew. Allow your heart to be open to the truth of this being. For what it is that you see in another, beloveds, and this is indeed a conversation that may not sit well with some of you, what it is that you see to condemn within another, beloveds, is what you yourself believe to be true of you. For all is a mirrored reflection of your mind. And when you look upon another and say, this one is to be killed, this one is to be shamed, this one is to be punished, this one is to be crucified, it is an aspect of self, an aspect that you are, in effect, still blind to. So go within your hearts today and bring forth love, bring forth that beloved essence of God life force that dwells within you, and see if you can paint that upon the heart of another, one whom you have held a grievance against, one who you believe has wronged you, one who irritates you, one who you fear mocks you. And allow yourself the graciousness of the heart of love to forgive, to give as before, to give as God gives. God gave with a thought to create all of humanity. Allow yourself to be the godlike being that you are, beloveds, and to forgive. For forgiveness does indeed wash away what you believe to be the wrongs. Find it within your own heart, beloveds, to forgive yourself as well. But do think upon the countenance of a being that has caused you pain, and see if you can find it within your heart to forgive them. For there is freedom that is beyond imagination in that action, beloveds. Freedom that returns you to the very heart of God, the very mind of God, the very will of God. God's will is love, and let that be yours today, dear ones. Allow yourself to bless all with whom you encounter. Allow yourself to forgive them, and allow yourself to forgive yourself for the judgment that you have, that they are anything other than perfect and divine. Beloveds, know that you exist within this same perfection and within this same divinity. Your very countenance is that of love. So go within today, beloveds. Find that one being who for you weighs heavy on your heart, and let your heart be lightened Let there be joy and happiness in your step. Allow there to be grace. Allow there to be love. Allow there to be happiness and joy. In this act of forgiveness, you may weep tears, for what you have done is kept your own heart locked up within a prison, within a wall, where you have said, I need to be protected from this person. I need to protect others from this person. But understand, beloveds, that truly within your own heart, you have believed that there is an aspect of you that needs to be protected from the world. Allow your heart to be open to all. Allow love to flow through you, and allow forgiveness to be the key that unlocks the wall that you have placed around your heart. And as easily as you are able to forgive another, beloveds, forgive yourself as well. For where you have forgotten your holiness, where you have forgotten that love is the very essence and core of your beingness. And allow yourself to be joyful today, beloveds. And as you breathe in and as you breathe out, allow love to be the guiding force that directs you on the way. Know that the love that I have for you is beyond your imagination. And know that I am here to guide you. Call out to me to assist you, to help you to open your heart, to help you to forgive. And I will gladly assist you always. For my beloved showed me and educated me in the ways of love, and I have but love to give to all. Blessings upon you, beloveds, and I will speak with you again. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Forgiveness does set us free. I love you. I forgive you, and I forgive myself. I wish you all a beautiful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.